Hey, sis. This is episode 100. 100 conversations about faith and love and calling and the miracle of marriage and the dating that gets you there. And in this episode today, I want to tell you something that will change how you operate on your own journey. Because after 100 episodes, hundreds of coaching calls, and more proposals and weddings than I could have ever dreamed to have the happiness of counting, I've started to see a pattern. My clients, the women who get married, the ones who break cycles, who build godly marriages, who are now rocking babies on their hips, or planning retirement trips with their husbands, they all have something in common. These are the women who get results. And if you want their results, you've got to model what they did. And in this episode, it's not just about who my ideal client is, it's about the ideal life that you can create for yourself and how to get there. Success in love isn't random, it's repeatable. There's a pattern to transformation and the results that come from transformation. And it's not the prettiest girl or the flashiest dates that create breakthrough. It's a woman's posture, her heart posture, her faith posture, her energy posture. The women who get married don't just want a relationship. They want to be transformed. So, sis, if you're listening to me, one thing you should know about me is that I'm not your dating bestie. I'm not a pep talk machine. I say the hard thing. I do the hard thing. Why? Because my purpose isn't to help you just feel good. I'm a coach. I lead women into transformation. God didn't call me to hand out a comfortable feeling. He called me to build change. If you just want to talk about the same guy that's stressing you out for 6 months straight or complain about dating apps, I'm not your girl. But if you're ready to change your story, I'm exactly who you've been looking for. Let me tell you the 4 postures of my clients, my ideal clients who get married. And why am I telling you this? So that you can model them and get the same results that they got. The first posture is an emotional posture. These women take ownership of their growth. They don't blame men. They don't blame God. They don't even blame their circumstances. And what do I mean by circumstances? Like where they live or their personality, even circumstances like their weight or sometimes the color of their skin. They don't blame those things. What they do is they take ownership and they ask themselves, what can I do differently? And then they do it. That is the emotional posture of a woman who gets married. And then faith posture. This type of woman, she believes marriage is part of her calling, not a petition that she doesn't really believe will ever come true. She understands that desiring marriage doesn't make her desperate or weak, and she's not confused about it because it makes her feel aligned with the truth that God Himself said it's not good for man to be alone. And she's going to guarantee her success here by refusing to give up or even doubt her calling. She knows that that calling is authored by God, that He put that desire in her heart and He will fulfill it. All right, let's talk about her financial posture. This woman, she's already investing in herself. She values wisdom over wishful thinking. She doesn't wait for confidence to appear. She invests in becoming the woman who has it. She knows that she needs skill, and she's willing to go after it and sacrifice and do what it takes to get that skill, to learn how to talk to men, to learn how to find men. When she sees a knowledge gap, she invests in filling it. And then finally, energy posture. She recognizes that I'm a premium coach with a premium expert solution. And she respects that and shows up premium herself. Camera on, notebook open, heart teachable. She's not waiting to feel ready or squeeze it in other priorities. She's choosing to be ready and willing to do the work, because how she shows up for coaching is how she shows up in her relationship that she wants to be covenant. And here's what these women prove. Every single engagement, every wedding that has come through coaching and learning and transformation, every baby announcement I've witnessed started with these four postures. They all had this in common. They modeled success for you. They didn't argue with the process. They trusted it. They leaned into it. They didn't perform for men. They prepared for love, for high caliber, godly, attractive love. And the reward wasn't just a husband, it was peace, confidence, and alignment with God's design. God didn't call me to be everyone's best friend or to say things that just make people feel good about themselves. God didn't call me to tickle ears. He called me to raise standards, to uphold standards, to call women out of delay and into destiny. That means I lead with truth, not comfort. And truth says if you want premium results, you must show up in a premium way. To every woman who's listened to one episode or all 100, I want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining me in this journey of being a high value woman who is at heart a kingdom bride, whether now or in your future. I see you. I see how hard you work. I see how strong your faith is. And the fruit of your faith is coming. Here's to the next 100 episodes and to the women who are bold enough to become everything God called them to be. Let's get you married, sis.